What's up, folks? This is another episode of DeFi Masterclass, and this is going to be another small episode. And I'm going to share with you my bull run hypothesis for Popsicle ICE as well as Abracadabra Spell. If you guys have been following me, then you know that I recently purchased ICE and Spell, and today I'm going to share with you the reason why I bought those. And I could be wrong, and this is not financial advice. If you lose money after seeing this video, then it's entirely up to you. Let's first go to the Popsicle Finance case, and I'm going to show you that we are in this Popsicle Finance website, and you can see that there are some very good APRs that are being offered. And just to give you a recap, if you don't know Popsicle Finance, then Popsicle Finance is a Uniswap v3 optimizer. If I want to invest my funds into Uniswap v3, then it's really difficult for me to optimize them because I always have to be in a narrow range around the price that is current market price of those assets. And it's really difficult manually, it's not possible. So Uniswap v3 actually gives opportunity for these kind of algorithmic optimizers to come in and then optimize. So one thing that you should note is that the caps are still really small. If you look at the XC Infinity, XCNWE, it's only about 2.8 million. Whereas if we go and see the Uniswap website, we can see that the entire pool is around $18 million, and that this is just 1/10 of that pool. This is what actually 1/6 of that pool. So using 1/6 of this pool, they are able to offer really insane APRs. So this 608% APRs is really insane. And similarly for a sand, and you're gonna see for a lot of these tokens we have really high APRs. Like for even for Shiba Inu we have 350%. So anything above 200% is really good because by auto compounding it, they're going to bring it up to almost 6 times in an entire year. And so if you just go and see, and they have really good APRs, even this UST and USDT pair is 21% without any impermanent loss. And so the hypothesis is that right now the staking APYs are around 12%, and this is really low. And if you can see that the stake protocol fees is currently around $500,000, and the logged ice is huge. And and really there, when I am building a hypothesis, I am looking for two things. One is the whether that's a product that actually has use and it's going to grow very fast. The other one is whether it is actually we can see it in the numbers that it's growing very fast. The other one is if we are able to capture that value from the price from the product being used. So in both cases, I think for Popsicle Finance, it's really good. And if we just see the price of ICE, you can see that when Popsicle was about to launch, I think about the price was hovering about 17-18 dollars, and then in the bull run it just hype phase, it went to around $69 almost, $65 almost, and then now it came back to 14. It actually went back to $13, and now it's hovering about 17-18 dollars. So this is really the consolidation time. And if we are looking at a holding period of 6 months, then we have to see how the fees is actually doing. And from this Valhalla candles, we can actually determine how well the fees are going. So you can see the first time that Popsicle Finance launched, we had a 120K distribution to the NICE holders, and the last distribution was 240K, which is about 230K, which is about 2 times of that, and that is in less than 1 month. So once they keep adding more pairs and they launch their other products, which is going to be the cross chain optimizer, as well as they launch this V3 optimizer on Arbitrum and some other chains. I think they already launched it. Let's see. Yeah. So it's not launched on Arbitrum yet, and they launched this V3 optimizer on Arbitrum as well as Polygon. Now that V3 is launching on Arbitrum, then we can expect this fees to actually go many times of that. And right now, I would say it is overpriced a little bit because 13% APRs are very, very poor, and usually it should be around 20 to 30%. But I mean, if we just double it once more, then we are going to be easily in the 25% range, which then makes it not very, very overvalued. And the other thing that I usually look for in an investment is that there is little risk of downside. So let's say that things don't work out, and Popsicle Finance doesn't do that well, and there are other competition, and they sort of manage to take away these fees from Popsicle, because in the end of the day, it's just people are just going to invest where there are more fees, Uniswap V3 fees that are being captured. So let's say we get competitors, then you know, can the fees grow to $1 million? I think it really can. It's very easily can grow to $1 million in the next 6 months, and so that will give me a worst case scenario of around a $40 of ICE, and that would be 2x of right the current price. And then the other thing that I have to tell you guys is that this APR, I am actually invested in the AVAX ICE pool. So I hold ICE as an LP, and there could be impermanent losses, but what you also get is you get around, you can see 68% APR right now, but that is just the farm APR, and with the fees APR, it's almost 100%. So in 6 months, that's going to be another 50%, and then if the price doubles, then it's going to triple. So that's my worst case bet, that ICE is going to return 3x returns, and once the consolidation is done, then we are going to see great price action in ICE. Now let's look at Spell, and I'm actually more bullish on ICE, but I'm going to tell you why I bought Spell as well. So Spell is currently in the same trade, and you can see here they have a very similar pattern, and that's because there's the same people buying and selling these tokens, and we can see here that it's about 0.12, and it's the last time it was 0.12, it was uh, that was about 10th 8th October, and you can see here that the fees in October was actually 2 million, and right now it's consistently above 3 million. And so I mean, there are some problems that the TVL isn't growing as fast, but you can see that in the fees growth is it's really growing in a linear way, and it is going to grow to at least $10 million in the next 6 months. And again, I think the same narrative applies here, that although there is, in case of Abracadabra Money, actually the growth seems to be slowing down a bit. But I mean, we are just waiting for Abracadabra Money to launch more on Arbitrum and the other chains. So one of the big, I think, reasons why I invested in this is that it's multi-chain, and we are going to see a lot of funds being migrated from Ethereum to Arbitrum and the other rollups in the next 1 year. And Abracadabra Money is already there, and they just need to launch their cauldrons for everybody to invest in, and that is going to increase this whole fees by a lot. So I mean, I am really pro this, and if we are looking at a 6 month horizon, I think this can also grow 3x at least. And we look at the buy buy die website, we can see that the fees that Spell is generating is already a lot more than Maker, but the market cap is much less, and at equal fees, the market cap is going to be 0.033, right? And so I mean, it is underpriced, and if the growth in fees continues, then we are going to see another pump where it's going to go to at least 3 4 times of what where it is. And the other thing is that for actually holding it, There's actually a couple of really interesting pools that you can go, and the first one that you can go is Trader Joe, and just go to all pools, and then you have to go to spell, and there is this pool called spell. So the APRs are around 7%, but you also get the APRs of spell, which is about 22%. So you get around 30% for holding this. The other one that you can do is also very interesting is this AVAC spell, and it has around 17% APRs, but you can also farm this, and you can see that the AVAC spell farm is almost 60% APRs on Joe tokens. So, so you get about 80% APRs again on this, which is also pretty great. So that's it for this video, folks, and hopefully this was helpful to you, and let me know if I have made any mistake and I should sell my funds immediately. But this was my bull case for buying spell and ice at this point in time, and it's not financial advice, but please like and subscribe this video if you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next episode of DeFi Masterclass.